Hello, you've reached La Madame. I hope you all are doing wonderful today on this wonderful day. Spring, of course. And what else? Oh, we're in the month of Aries. So, fire sign, um, Sag, Aries, and Leo month. So, if you feel the energy pull, that's because we're in a new season. And so, yeah, very firing season, and fun season. So let's begin. Today I'm going to come to you with the under 10-minute read. I will be using my karmic deck, and we're going to get into it and just find out what energies lie at the wayside. I've been away for a while. Forgive me. Um, Always busy, always doing different things. Um, so I guess that's the Renaissance in me. So anyway, let's get to it, guys. Let's get to it. Again, this is Lamadam. First card I'm going to pull is Get Out. This is a call to maybe follow your first mind. If something's telling you you're getting a gut feeling to get out, you may want to get out of a situation. It's called for you to get out. A Libra might be significant. So let's keep going. Marriage and divorce. Whoa. A marriage / divorce, serious relationship. Um, yeah, It's on rocky foundation right now. There may be a Libra, mid rising or moon, or or you're in the Libra element. Could be maybe Venus. Not sure what planet is out tonight, but yeah, it's kind of getting a little steamy. It's saying get out. It's saying to have confidence, to know that just because you're married doesn't mean you can't get out of a sticky situation. It might be called for you to do that, to get on out. Loyalty. There may be cheating about loyalty. I believe loyalty um, has been tested. Maybe somebody failed their test. There may be some cheating. There may be cheating. Let's see here. Existent. This relationship has been on rocky foundation for a while. Right now, this couple may be into it, not getting along. And so they've been very existent to one another. Peace is asked between the two. It's getting pretty sticky. Maybe a lot of arguing and stuff going on and stuff. So, just keep the peace, guys. Singleness. In a minute, a person is about to be single. Well, I didn't say a couple is about to be single, because this marriage it's not looking very well. It looks like situations already have become, at its worst. A lot of times you get married, you're in love, and then, later down the line, your relationship will be tested. You got to be strong. Marriage is only for the strong. So belief systems. This person might be trying to, in this couple relationship, they may have arguments about what they believe. I believe being a man, I'm supposed to do this, this, this. Or the woman might say, well, I was taught, to work hard and stuff. Women can work too. I come home, I work for 40 hours and stuff too. And I still have to feed the kids, put food on the table. So there may be certain belief systems and stuff that are being crossed at this time. The spirit guides are asked to come in. Somebody needs to be the civil one in this relationship. Luck. Maybe during this season, it's warming up. Maybe it'll do some good to get out. Maybe with other friends, maybe good people. I'm talking about good people where you can get good counsel from. Maybe you might want to take your chances, to try to save this relationship. I don't think at this time it's good for you to go out there and just go spend your whole wad out there and stuff like that, gambling and things like that. It's time to be smart, guys. So we have good news here. And, you know, if someone can reach, you know, a ground, a civil ground, some good news could be coming in. But you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it by getting involved or being locked up in jail, because what good would it be if you're locked up behind bars from all this fighting and stuff? So you might want to consider that. Potency. At this time, a person may not be able to give all they got. Something might be wrong. It's just like they just can't focus. They're so unhappy. Or maybe they're thinking about another person. They're lusting for another person and they're not able to get it up. Or maybe a woman is not in the mood. She feels like she's not being respected. She might be insecure about something. I don't know. But it says potency. So male or female, someone's not giving the best that they got. Spirit number 111. Um, I'm happy to see that. Maybe just take it from the very beginning. Maybe start reflecting on when you first met each other. That might do some help, might do some good to learn how to respect one another all over again. A card came out called Gold Digger. Someone decided to go out and step out with a gold digger. That's not going to make things better. I'll tell you that right now. It's all good, fun and dandy, and when you have that wonderful night, and then after that that's when the problems start. When feelings get involved, and stuff. We always go in saying, oh, I can handle this, I'm not trying to get no relationship. And then as soon as you do, somebody is feeling a certain type of way. And yeah, that's the truth. People, be flipping out. So I'm going to keep going. Stagnant. This relationship, like I said, once again, is in a stagnant phase. Nothing's getting done. They're not reaching an agreement, and things are getting pretty ugly. Paranoid. This may be keeping this couple up at night or all through the day, but they're both affected. I feel like when there's arguing, bickering in the home, everyone's affected, and stuff like that. So, oh, thief. People, be smart about when you do your cheating or whatever you're trying to do. People are real bold and they'll do it in their house or do it, where they'll get caught. I'm just saying, just be smart. Like I said, if that's something you want to do, that's what you want to do. Don't expect for the other person to understand your movements and what it is that you want. Everybody take accountability for what they do. Addictions. A person might be feeding their addictions, maybe watching porn a little too much, maybe out there in third parties, maybe doing some swinger type of stuff, maybe exploiting themselves, sending private part pictures to one another, and stuff like that. This is the energy of fire. So, a lot of persons, followed by the Sagittarius, which is my moon sign is Sagittarius. So that's why I'm so fiery for the ones that are curious. I just told you a little snippet about me. Yes, I do run a fiery business. So that's me. My dark side, my south north node, what have you. I got some fire in there. So I'm very fiery. Karmic twin flame. Yep. This is karmic. It's starting to be toxic, really toxic. Fall harvest. I don't know. Maybe something started, an affair started around the fall time. Now we're into summer, and maybe it's getting sticky out there. Male counterpart. I don't know. He's out there, flexing. Like I said, I think pictures are being exploited. Body parts are being exploited. I think people are exploiting themselves and putting themselves on the line. Like, yeah, I can do it. I can do that. I can, they're trying to get that thing. So, yeah, that is a reading, guys. That's a reading for today. This is reading for Monday. So, however you take it. Yeah, it's just ask that you chill. That everyone take a chill pill at this time. Maybe work on that relationship. If you're in a relationship, think about what you do. Because a lot of times we say things when we're angry, upset. If you're trying to break it off, don't hold on to relationships that you guys don't want. Like I said, or it's not even so much what you don't want, because you have to fight for what you want. But remember that, there was a once upon a time where when you were digging this person, you were in love with this person, and you guys were involved. So maybe take it back a notch and see if you can get it back on track. I'm just being positive. You've heard it from La Madame. I hope you enjoyed me the way I enjoyed you. Until next time, toodaloo.